Well, it's Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which means 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time. I wish they would wipe that out. 5 p.m. on the West Coast, and we are live.
That's right.
Barely live, Bill, because
Barely.
we got so much. You were here at the last minute, but we got so much water today, I thought my house was going to fall into the creek. But another tree fell, not in my property, but in the creek next to me. I heard it when I was walking the dogs, and I saw a bunch of trees get maligned as it fell down. So there you go. I don't know.
You're bragging about having a lot of chameleon branches, are you?
I got plenty of chameleon branches everywhere. There's like 4 or 5, now 10 or 15 50-foot oaks on my property. So, you know, that I have all the chameleon branches I could possibly ever need. All right, welcome, adventurers. I'm your guide, Sean McZoo, and I'm yelling, and I don't know why. And this is the Reptile Show Reporter. As usual, Bill Strand, the headmaster of the Community Academy and the poop expert, Scatmaster, is my co-host. Tonight, we're going to be discussing reptile shows and moving and canceling and all the things that are happening with them. But first, we got to go to the intro video and dance. All right, I had to get a quick drink during the video because I forgot to do that before we started the show. All right, Bill, let's see. Wait a minute. Any announcements?
No announcements on my side.
Okay.
I am working very hard on getting that book done, and I'm making huge progress. I'm really happy.
Mm-hmm.
But like my YouTube videos and podcasts are kind of suffering because of it. But I have one set up for next week. So I'm going to get back to it. Everybody just hang on. Thank you for being patient and hanging with me. I'll get back to the content creation as per normal.
Bill, we missed March 16th, which is when we changed this thing to be the Reptile Show Reporter from Exotic Pet Adventures 2 years ago, Bill. It's been 2 years ago.
We've been doing it for 2 years.
Reptile Show Reporter. And the year before was Exotic Pet Adventures and all that other stuff. There's something in the background. Somebody's sending me an image. What does this mean? Who is that?
That's Squishy.
Squishy.
Squishy is
feeling little Squishy.
Feeling shy, but gave me at a good poop there at the bottom left.
All right, there you go. Scatmaster. What strikes again?
Oh,
all right.
Yeah,
wait a minute. Why did I put up someone? Let's get the show on the road. All right. And of course, I answered patience, but there we go. All right. So let's go through the people. Bill, help me out. I know Fertile Tom is here because he
started.
He's starting about the whole thing, and we got a good picture of him because he's with his daughter Paige there. So. And he's got the Browns helmet on. They're woeful Cleveland Browns. We'll see what they do. But anyways, all right. Who else?
Now we got Marsha Ann.
Marsha Ann. All right. There we go.
Then Mikey Ben.
Mikey Ben. I keep forgetting to put Mikey Ben and the Canadians on, but there he is with a pectinatus over there. So there we go.
And what then else? Nate Rowley.
Yes. Nate, there he is. And who else?
Eliza Ann.
Eliza Ann.
That's right.
Wow.
I don't know how you rated high enough to get Eliza Ann to come, but you know what? You somehow pulled it off.
I don't know. It's just the Illuminati are out there. She's probably their secret person they're watching us. So there you go. All right.
Well, okay. So, we got a Marsha Ann saying nice poop. Thank you very much, Marsha Ann. I liked it as well, and I made sure that I framed the picture, so I got the poop in it.
Make sure you congratulate Bill because he got me into this mess. He's been my co-host the whole 3 years we've been doing this thing.
Wow.
now. It's approaching 3 years. We called it Exotic Pet Adventure to start with. Actually, we called it let's learn about the chameleon enthusiast people, but that somehow morphed to this. So there you go. All right, let's see what else is going on.
Well, Two Turtle Tom's wondering if we all heard about the new Zoo Med tortoise food announcement this week. I didn't.
No.
I stayed away from social media yesterday because it was all a bunch of garbage and everybody, oh, April Fools, I'm so funny. So I didn't listen to anything.
The local rescue said they were going to become the ball python rescue instead of Herps Alive. I said they should become the red ear slider rescue because they actually renamed themselves the ball python. That was a April Fool's joke, but I said they should be the red-eared slider because they got a lot more of those than they have anything else. But anyways.
I want to know where's James. I mean, we all show up. Where is James?
Here he is.
What? Ah, he's here.
Oh, you probably knew that already. Let's put him on here. The Fog Father. The
ficus fondler.
Ficus Fogler, I don't know. You say that fast sometimes. not on this show because we can't get thrown off the air yet. Now it's not time. Let's see. I need to get that down.
You got to ask him how Trinity is doing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, okay. I guess I can ask him. Hey, how's Trinity doing? Do you know who Trinity is, James? Sean?
Yeah, the new chameleon. I thought I saw it, right? That's the new chameleon he's got, right?
Chameleon.
Yes.
The new food is called Tort. Okay, is that an April Fool's thing?
Tortifico.
I mean,
I think that's April Fool's. You fell for it. All right, maybe he did.
Again, I mean, that's been a standard in the reptile community.
They're talking about fecal transplants to treat things like C. diff. So that's not far from medicine right now. They're going crazy these days, but Yeah,
well, okay, so we got to ask Nate how his new enclosure is doing. Well, it looks like Trinity is chowing down. My Parsons, the males that I have are slowly coming out of brumation. The females want nothing to do with it. And the males came out of brumation to eat grasshoppers. And then when I didn't have grasshoppers, they said, we're going back to sleep.
Kind of sounds like my bearded dragons, the two male bearded dragons I have. One's a leather and one's a regular. They woke up for the crickets. I don't feed them crickets very often. That's a treat. They woke up for the crickets and left all the spring mix or whatever else was in there alone. But they're now wide awake for the last couple weeks. So there you go. All right.
Uh-huh.
All of my chameleons are awake, alert, and asking for more food all the time.
Yeah, well, you got like panthers and stuff.
Yeah, well, and other stuff, I have more of other stuff than anything else. The secret chameleons, which I think probably everybody in the chat knows what they are, but still. The super secret chameleons.
Super worms are also great. Yes, you know what? My male would go for super worms. The females, but they at least their eye moved. So there's that. Let's see. Eliza Ann's, what can one expect from a Parsons when they are coming out of probably meant brumation? They just start eating. When they're in brumation, they have this little funk in their eyes, maybe move slowly. They track your movement slowly, not with any sort of enthusiasm. But when they start coming out of brumation, they start going after food. And once they're fully out of brumation, they are chowing down on anything and everything in sight because they are fattening up for their next brumation.
All right. The super secret chameleons are doing great. They're all coloring up more than they did last year because they were babies 2 years ago. They weren't even born 2 years ago. And they're all coloring up, and some of the females I missed a cycle because they dropped their live bears. That's a secret I never put out, right? They're live bears. So
What?
yes, they're live bears.
What?
And a couple of my females dropped unfertilized egg type thingies, those orange things. So I missed that opportunity, but they're young, they're healthy. I've been through a lot of power outages and all this water, and today there was like storms and storms and storms. I was afraid the basement was going to get flooded. Not really flooded like all the way, but just kind of like water on the floor, and I'd have to do stuff. But because I've had that happen before, I've really taken everything from the floor. Power's at the top and water's on the bottom. There you go. But no, they're doing great, and I'm hopefully going to breed. I have to make some challenging decisions because I've only got 3 lines of them, and I'm going to have to decide who to breed to who and where to go and what to do because there's not very any more of them to come in at any time soon. So yes, I'm going to start breeding them. I just got to figure out, enough time, enough energy. I've gotten through a lot of other stuff, so we'll see.
Oh, Eliza Ann is making chocolate chip cookies. We need to go hang out at Eliza Ann's next time. We can set up
what kind of chocolate chip cookies? My wife makes very special ones. They're like based on the Toll House recipe, but we took the recipe and remade it healthier. So, I mean, you can never say a cookie's healthy, but you go from ultra processed food down to moderately processed food. That makes it a little more healthy for you. So there you go. Who's accepting a waiting list? What
Asking
waiting list?
You.
Me? No, I don't give chameleons away. I proved that when I had the what do you call them? The 4 horns, the quadricornus. I didn't give very many of them away. I rode those out to the end.
Oh, you're just gonna hoard them all to yourself, huh?
Yeah, I've got a lot of room downstairs. I'm not buying anything new, so the only way I can introduce things into the house is to have them breed and have babies. There you go.
Eliza Ann is wondering, do you mean give away or sell? Is there a difference in your mind, or are you just saying I'm going to hoard them? There's no amount of money.
I'm going to hoard them, and if I sold them, they cost me almost $1,000 each, so they would be kind of expensive.
Oh boy! All right.
But that doesn't mean I'm not going to give them away if I'm not give them away, sell them if I'm successful. I just don't think there's no long-term breeding strategy because there's not enough of them available in the world. Not in the world. There are enough of them available where they're from, but no one's sending them out anywhere since. I got them from Europe. That's 2 clues today.
What the heck?
I got them from Europe, and they are what do you call it?
Live bears.
Live bears. That's the word I was looking for. I forgot it. I'm like, what the heck?
Well,
live bears. But there's a lot of live bears in Europe as well. So there you go.
Like 2.
What?
Like 2.
No.
Okay.
Jackson's.
Oh yeah, Jackson. That's right. Jacksons are in there. That way to throw in a wild card.
I'm sure there. They've got Honelli and Haley and other things over there. You're decreasing it down to the genus. I'm not talking about that particular genus. I'm talking about the 214 or 225 or whatever it is number of chameleons they came up to. But all right.
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot. People out there might think that you may be importing Jacksons for $1,000 each.
If they were whatchamacallit Jacksons, what's that third group that no one has seen in a long time?
Oh yeah, so you just yeah, so it's probably that one, the one you don't know. Miramontanus,
yes, that's that what it might be.
Yeah, it may be suspicious. They may
Or
say
another
maybe
kind
it's
of
Miramontanus if you
Hanelii.
knew the name.
You know, the yellow ones that were really pretty. Their heads are yellow, or I would.
Hey, let me know in the chat. Is Sean at all being successful in being mysterious here?
Well, most of the people in the chat know what I have, so it's not like it's not like there's any mystery going on there.
Yeah, James, he spent 1,000 on a Jackson's.
Mm-hmm. Miramontes, I wouldn't have, but
he spent 1,000, and the reason why they're so expensive is because they don't have horns.
Yes, they don't have horns. You're giving another clue, or maybe not. Maybe they do, and I just don't talk about it. Maybe there's some of those other things we got in, Bill. You know, the ones that came in really rough a couple years ago that we never talked about because they didn't really make it. We were going to breed, and they came in terribly rough. And I decided yesterday or the day before I was going to answer somebody's picture with, "Oh man, those are awesome and my favorite chameleon." And I haven't seen them since they came in rough. And then they asked, when do they come in rough? And I didn't answer. Oh, yes. And those are available in Europe as well.
Yeah, it'd be great if they were live bears.
Maybe they are. Maybe they have those that are live bearing over in Europe.
Oh boy. Yeah, you've been real sly there. I'm going to let you deal with the chat.
Johnston's. I did get John Stoney, but it was a long time ago, a couple years ago. Bill and I both did. Unfortunately, they were very rough when they came in. An importer asked us to take them really quick, and we did almost go a year with them, but we never had any breeding. And we lost most of the females right away. So there you go. They were very rough when they came in. But yep. All right. Well, we didn't even get to the main topic, Bill.
All right. So let's talk about all the fecals that I did today.
That's not the main topic. You're full of fecal stuff.
That's what's on my mind. All right, fine.
Well, there you go. About? That's what no one asked what's on your mind. Wow. An ambulance just went by. It was really bright outside the window. All right. Distractions today. All right.
Tell us about the poop, Bill. Okay, so there I was. My Parsons, they were in brumation. But you know what? I knew that my male was tempted by grasshoppers, and so I knew he had things inside. So I kept watching. And lo and behold, I found on the other side of his pot, there was a sample. I found this today, this afternoon. And this particular Parsons is going to their new home next week. And so this was I was looking for this. I really wanted this so I could do a test. You know what we found? What do you think we found? Everybody, what do you think we found? That's what.
Wait a minute, Bill.
I
edge of your seat.
This is like this is a cliffhanger here. What did I find? Eliza Ann says Cock City. Anybody? Any other guess? Any other guesses? Eliza Ann says pinworm. Well,
Cock City of pinworms.
No, okay. I'm gonna tell you. I found one pinworm ova, no coccidia, and to Turtle Tom. I wouldn't be able to find crypto. That I wouldn't. If I saw stuff that I thought might be crypto, I'd have to send it to a vet. Because
I burn the house down on that one.
But yeah, so it was just one pinworm ova, no coccidia, no entamoeba, and I didn't even see a whole lot of pinworm ovas, just like one. So very good fecal. In fact, I actually get kind of suspicious if I don't find anything and say, okay, did I do it right? But when I find just one, I say, okay, I like this. And the great thing about pinworm ova is just give it thimbendazole, Panacure, very safe. It doesn't absorb into the bloodstream very easily, so it mostly stays in the gut. So it's not systemic. Just a little bit, I know, just a little bit, but it's not something we got to worry about. So it's a very easy. You just give them fenbendazole once or 2 times, 2 weeks apart, and you're good. So pinworms are very easy to do it, and I really didn't have to. I didn't have to treat this one. It was at such a low density, and Parsons tend to not tend to be hand fed or have very large food that doesn't come from the bottom of the cage. So Parsons chameleons are very good for not for breaking the parasite life cycle just by the husbandry we give them. So anyway.
All right, Bill, stop the presses. We got a new person in the chat. Apparently, it's someone I met at the Pittsburgh Mega Reptile Expo last year.
And they're here to hear about the fecal exam. I'm sure of it.
I'm sure they're not there for that. I think they're really, you probably sent them away. They're probably not here anymore. But good to see you here. Send us in a picture and we'll show who you are. Send it to Sean at McZoo Exotics or Sean at Reptile Show Reporter, and I'll put it on next week's show if you're going to be there. All right. Let's see.
Heck yeah, Poopsie. The mob calls for the fecal test.
It's about time. I do, heck yeah, poop. Okay, there we go. All right, everybody's into the poop. But I do understand what you're saying, Bill, because I got, back when I was getting those, brain went blank, those panthers in from Madagascar, or people who brought them in from Madagascar, those imports, I did fecals on all of them, and there were a couple that had absolutely nothing on their fecals. And I did it 3 times, and I'm like, this is not true. I must have done something wrong. But I got other stuff, other positive fecals from the people who were imported, and they're alive and well downstairs. So I guess there must not have been much in there. So that's and it's been about 2 years. So there you go. No, I have veto power on that one.
Hey, I put a real cool picture up.
Even if you all vote yes, I get 1,000 votes or 1,000,000 votes, I'll say no. But it does sound like a really cool way to go out. If someday I'm going to stop this show, I'll have my last show be the Reptile Poop Reporter.
I got a picture.
And I have the power to control it, Bill.
Oh, show my picture.
Squishy first.
No, that's Squishy. Again. Squishy is cute. Do it. Do it.
Everyone wants me to show Bill's poop sample.
The crowd demands.
Say I in the
This is my new pet. This is my new pet. I'm going to raise it.
All right. I haven't seen anyone say anything about me showing this.
Everybody, you got to tell Sean to show my picture.
Not his picture. Picture of poop.
Well, it's not a picture of me. It was a picture taken by me of my new pet. So, okay, there's Marcia Ann. See, Marcia Ann's always there for me. Marcia Ann's got my back.
The eyes have it. I'll let you take it. There we go.
Yeah, there's a pinworm ova.
I'm going to have to take my thingy down so it's not in the right-hand corner of this picture there. All right.
Did you get? No, I didn't get a tardigrade. That would have been really, really cool. But not. I haven't found
an electron microscope for a tardigrade, Bill.
No. I can easily see them. They're easy to see if you've got them, but I don't have them. I wish I had a tardigrade. If I did, that would be in the announcements up front. Let's find you one when you are in Utah. I like that. Thank you. Yes, that is good juju. We're going to find one. But yeah, so everybody, this is a pinworm ova. And that little mass inside will turn into a coiled up worm that will break free of this.
Bill, this is nothing to sneeze at, man.
Sneeze that? No. Okay. You're right. So, so this is what I did today. I actually found one in a Parsons and one in a Shamrock Chameleon. This is the one from the Shamrock Chameleon. The one in the Parsons.
That's why it's a little bit green.
Ah,
There's a leprechaun going in there. I swear there's a leprechaun with my fingerprints keeps touching my glasses. So I have to clean them 5 times or 20 times.
People are saying they like my newsletter. That was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I did kind of a different kind of newsletter.
All right.
As the fifth person signed up for Bifid, not yet, but I'm pretty sure we're going to get one person, somebody before June. And I think, James signed up for a pair. So there's everybody. We're going to get 5 pairs of Bifidus in. If you want to do a grassroots effort and work on a kind of a side project, we need one more person to commit to a pair of Bifidus wild caught. So you got to be ready for it. And $500 a pair.
Wait, Bill, are we naming the parasites now? Is that what this is about?
This is Liam. This is Liam.
Do I even have to ask why?
Well, but because they deserve names too. You are such an elitist.
But why do we name it Liam?
Because that's its name. What's going on here? What's
that's not a leprechaun name nor a shamrock name.
His name is Liam. I don't know what to say. And he's hanging out in a Shamrock Chameleon. There we go. How do you dispute that, man? And Nate's going to have his microscope before they arrive. Excellent. Yes, everybody, if you are going to be getting a pair of these.
Is Nate a scout?
He's doing it on the honor of any scout around.
I mean, he might be doing it on his mother's grave if she's not passed. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things. People say that kind of.
I'm sure we can find a scout. Liam O'Neill. I like it. That works.
Right. It's got a last name now, Bill. Wait a minute. It's got a different last name.
Okay, so there may be some debate.
David's an Eagle Scout. But that's not the scout we're talking about.
Yeah. I'm actually an Eagle Scout too, so you can do it on my honor. Okay. I don't know.
You have any honor, Bill?
You can have what's left.
Every day we talk about scat on this show.
And that's what you do in Boy Scouts.
It all goes to scat.
We do that in Boy Scouts all the time. I was a Cub and an Eagle. All right.
Relationship with Cub Scout.
Oh, Nate was a Cub Scout, so he can do it on his own honor.
All right. We learned so much on this show, and
Resin Effect. This is standard for this show, and Sean does come with a topic, and occasionally we actually get to that topic. So,
no, we don't, Bill. Come on, let's be honest.
I mean, we haven't the last 5 shows, but
I mean, unless it's really something important, like we start to talk about Clint's Reptile Room or some mega show, even the mega show, I couldn't show up, so we didn't do it. But or Tinley, we might talk about it. I did talk about the Pittsburgh Reptile Show at one point in time, so there you go. I mean, but there's we just don't even get to the topic. I don't even know why I bother. The other week I didn't bother, and I came up with snakes right before because I wanted to take my snakes out because I hadn't seen them in a while. But there you go.
It's organized. You've got a good organization. I like it. Who in the world? No. So, all right.
You never know where it's going to go. You always know where it's going to go. It's going to go to poop.
Let me
you got the Scat Master on as my co-host. It's going to go to poop.
Well, it doesn't always. It's just in this case, I just got done with doing 8 fecals. So It's what's on my mind. And the thing, a lot of these are on the
Bill, you're
Shamrocks
not
and the
supposed to
Parsons.
breathe that stuff in.
What?
You said it was on your mind. How did it get up there?
Well, I just did 8 fecals, and my Parsons and my Shamrocks haven't been eating a whole lot. The Shamrocks kind of have a 75% brumation. Yeah.
Bill the
Oh
Scat
boy.
Man.
Yeah, great.
It sounds like he's kind of singing and doing like some of those runs or something like that. Doesn't really sound like poop.
All
I
I
think the
know
Poop Master
is
is much more.
it's a lot of
realistic.
fun to track your chameleon or reptile's internal workings and to see the internal fauna. And what's really cool is a lot of these I've been treating for coccidia and such, and you can see it disappear, which is very cool, and I love that part of it. And yeah, you get to the point where you're kind of bored if you don't find coccidia. I mean, at least this guy popped up and kept my brain moving. And the thing is, I'm finding a lot less pine pollen now because my dubia that came from Golden State roaches they closed down, so I'm not getting them from them anymore, and so I'm not finding as much pine pollen because I finally figured out where the pine pollen was coming from. It was coming from the dubia that came from Golden State because there's pine trees around where they're bred. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of a detective thing. Kind of fun. Where are you getting them down now? James, I've been trying Doobie Deli. I've been experimenting. Pretty happy with it. The sizes are consistent. So
I get mine at my local show every once in a while. So there you go.
Yeah. Now I'm waiting for. I got on the. And the thing is, they were very consistent with their subscription. I really liked it. So,
all right, Liza, you got a good one. I'm giving you credit on this one. I'll hate the Poop Master and the Scat Crew.
Oh boy. So as soon as everybody starts really coming out of brumation, which I hope is sometime soon. I mean, let's look at the weather here. Unfortunately, we're going back down into like the 50s, and we don't get to the 60s until Thursday or Friday of next week. So I'm hoping, my theory is that it's the nighttime temperature that drives brumation. So we'll see. We'll see.
Liza Ann's gonna create a song, Bill, for the Poop Master and the Scat Crew.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's gonna do it like by the Tax Man by the Beatles or whatever. So I didn't even know she would know who the Beatles were. So
Eliza Ann knows stuff.
I know.
She's a knower.
Beatles were like, last century, before the turn of the century,
Eliza Ann is the one that put me on notice that people were figuring out the little pop culture references that I was dropping. Mm-hmm. I used to do that with impunity and nobody would catch it. And it's kind of like I was just amusing myself. And then Eliza Ann comes around and she starts catching all this stuff. So
I do think she does know all the cool stuff because she knows Lord of the Rings. She knows Star Wars. There's a lot of cool stuff that she does know. So I'll give her credit on that. She was raised right or whatever. That's why I talk about my children. Even Abigail,
the last unicorn. She pulled something. I did the last unicorn and she caught me on it. That was a good pull.
Wow.
It was like when that happened, it was like, oh, wait a minute. There's something new here. I have done live sessions. I checked. I have done 230 live sessions. And it's things have changed.
Have you counted these live sessions in that 230 bill or
No,
not?
I said 200. Counted 230 on YouTube on the Chameleon Academy, so that doesn't count.
Wow,
These,
because I realized that Facebook told me a couple of days ago that they were going to drop all the lives that we did, and we
yep,
used to do this show on Facebook before we
yep.
started to do them. But that was when it was Exotic Pet Adventures, and we only did like 1 or 2, and then we were on YouTube. So I decided not to waste the time downloading all those 2 shows that we did beforehand, and what have you. And they're forever on the Reptile Show Reporter Facebook group, which doesn't get a lot of activity anymore anyway. So
Sean and anybody else who is a content creator, do not trust Facebook. Facebook has turned its back, has said, hey, we're going to do this. And then they've turned their back, like podcasts. We're going to be big in podcasts. 6 months later, boom, gone. No, we don't want to do it.
I don't trust them for anything, Bill. They don't allow animal sales.
Anything.
That's a good reason not to trust them anyway. So
Facebook does not have your back. I have many words that I can't say.
Because Facebook's got a knife in your back, Bill. Not it's got your back. It's got a knife.
Yeah,
in
Facebook's that. Yeah, okay, I'll go with that. Instagram is almost is dicey, dicey. Run by the same people, but yeah, Instagram is dicey too. So YouTube is the most stable platform for content creators. Period. It's like they've got it and they move slow. They don't do like Instagram where they want to add anything and everything, and they change every couple of months, and you just get whiplash trying to keep up with what they're doing.
Bill, we have a good quality request here from James, the Fog Father, makes a request. We have to, he's a DIY chameleon guy, so he'd like a phone number and address list on the circle, just in case it all goes to heck.
Well, yeah, we got that.
Okay, there we go.
We got that. There's the Illuminati has that.
Nate Rowley keeps saying don't trust anyone, so I'm just going to put it up here because he said it like 8 times. So
yeah, but by the way, James, the Circle is a platform that I pay for, so that is a paid platform that can't go away. It's not going to, like Facebook, they can just kick you off in a moment's notice. They'll do whatever they want to.
Bill, if the company runs out of money or starts working.
Okay. If the company goes out of business, you're right. But short of that, it's not like Facebook where they make a decision and all of a sudden your account is gone, or your podcasts are gone, or your live sessions are gone. Or they change their policy and then all of a sudden you can't have animal accounts or whatever.
Wait a minute, we got something going on in the chat, Bill.
Yes.
Mikey Ben is saying in Illuminati we trust, and Nate is plastering this whole thing with don't trust anyone. What's the truth?
Yeah, like James says, Instagram shut me down for the second time in 2 years, and then all of a sudden I was back. Yeah, so this is a big reason why I really decided it was worth it to invest in at the virtual campus. For those who don't know, there's a Chameleon Academy virtual campus where it's a paid platform, and in lieu of Patreon, buy a membership there, $10 a month.
They're saying Eliza's saying we need a Illuminati $100 bill. I hope she knows that the United States $100 bill is the bill that's used all across the world for nefarious purposes because of its amount and its usual consistent currency. But yes, I saw that on what is it, Reacher or some other show? But they were bleaching dollars and making $100 bills because that's what they were.
Yeah. So everything that we invest into the virtual campus, the Circle, is something that we can count on as much as we can count on anything in this world. But nobody on some board meeting is going to decide they're not going to host us anymore. So that's why I really like this platform. I don't trust any other platform. If I'm not paying for it, it can be taken away from me.
All right. Let's end on this note, Bill. We didn't get to the topic for the night, but that's reassuring. Doesn't really matter what she's talking about. I know that she's talking about the.
It's reassuring that we have some stability. We are not going to lose our group on the circle. We're not going to lose a virtual campus. Any of us can lose our groups on our accounts on Facebook. Yeah, our groups like the Chameleon Enthusiast. We have no idea at what point that's going to just disappear in the night.
Yes,
because
we tried to back it up with every new thing that came out, but all those failed first. So.
You can't. So
how many apps do I have on my phone that we tried to back the Chameleon Enthusiasts up?
I know.
I'm just like, and we were the only people that were the moderators from the admins from the Chameleon Enthusiasts were the only people on the app, so it was kind of worthless. So, anyways,
all right. Well then,
all right.
That's right.
All right, guys, have a good night. Be good as you can be till next week. We'll do this again, and we'll try to have a topic that we actually do discuss. Have a good night. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, boy.